In your first alert forecast, we've got that milder morning below average. The afternoon then takes the opposite effect from lower humidity. Low dew points give us cooling room, but think of it as kind of taking humidity out of the way for heating during the day. So the heat takes off today. We have plenty of sun. Humidity, unfortunately, does tick right back up. This is when we start stirring up some stray to spotty rain and storms the next couple of days, and then really just pulsing up storms at times on into early next week. So a lot of change right around the corner. For now, we can start off with those patches of fog. We can start off with that below average low at 61 degrees. 6:19 sunrise. All right, from that point forward, it starts warming up because again, we don't have that humidity in the way. It's all sun, beautiful light breeze, 80 at noon, high today 87. I really think we could hit that 87 degree mark in that 5 o'clock hour. Still low 80s at 8, sunset not until 8:52. So this is my pick of the week for all of those reasons. In the first alert forecast where you live, here's how warm I think it can get in your neck of the woods. I think you could actually get to around 87 from Knoxville to Loudon to Oak Ridge. Warming up to 83 today in Jamestown and Crossville. High today will reach 86 La Follette to 84 Jellicoe and Stearns and Harlan. Warming up today to 85 in Sneedville and 87 in Dandridge to Pigeon Forge. Sunshine, definitely a beautiful, beautiful day. Now that humidity ticking up does lead to some patches of fog again tomorrow morning. A few clouds are moving around, and so those clouds can create even a stray speck of rain first thing tomorrow morning. I do think that'll be limited literally to a stray spot of rain the first half of the day. And then late afternoon to evening, we'll go from stray to then spotty rain and storms. Notice dotted then in the mountains of southeastern Kentucky and the Smokies. So driving up a couple storms. I wouldn't be surprised at least if a lone storm kind of escapes from this hillside here and comes down into the valley. Otherwise, it is pretty stray outside of the higher elevations for your Thursday. Here's a little cluster of storms that tries to develop better at the end of your Thursday to come up into the valley, but starting to slide back up on the humidity and the rain chances the next couple of days. So a couple of downpours again sliding along the mountains mainly during the day. And then you can see where it starts to come downhill at the end of the day. But either way, a couple of downpours starting to dot our area. So all the more reason to enjoy your Wednesday. Still not bad. I mean, time to get outside and enjoy for sure. We're looking to warm up into those mid to upper 80s again for your Thursday. 64 in the morning, right at that normal low, 79 at 11. High will be 88. We've got the southwesterly winds back, so that warmth flowing up, which then starts flowing out more clouds. There's rain and storms basically sagged all across the southeast, so it's starting to flow back up with those winds. I do think that means we'll end up with some stray to spotty rain and storms by midday Friday. So while it does look like isolated downpours and storms bubble up throughout the afternoon, think of it as kind of spread out on and off here and there throughout the afternoon. Look at evening, a couple of storms dancing along the plateau, spotty rain and storms popping up in the valley to foothills and mountains and far northeast Tennessee in the evening into the early overnight. Weekend then we step it up in coverage from spotty rain and storms Saturday morning to scattered rain and storms at times Saturday late afternoon and evening. So the weekend's not necessarily a washout by any means, but we are just catching more rain and storms. These waves are developing around the coastline, especially out at the East Coast coming up from Texas. And this is going to then start kicking out more scattered storms at times for us on into next week. I do think much of our area averages about a good inch and a half of rainfall. Notice some 2 to 3 inches of rain is the average over the next week for the Southern Valley and the mountains. So a lot we're keeping an eye on for you here as we have the pick of the week with the sunshine and lower humidity for now. Humidity and spotty storms then the story the rest of this week. And then storms pulsing up at times for Father's Day weekend. Unfortunately, into next week, keeping a close eye on that when that trend can start to wind back down in your first alert 8-day planner.